kind of talking about another trade that kind of went down, a lesser deal. The Minnesota Wild acquire forward Justin Brazeau from the Boston Bruins for forward Marat.
Yeah.
Didn't
Good
go.
luck.
Dude,
Good luck.
hold on. I gotta.
Marat.
And Jakub Lauko and a 6th-round pick in 2026 NHL Draft. So, Sean, I'm gonna actually encourage you to put the correct pronunciation down in phonetically down in the chat because I've already kind of butchered it. I know you put it on the Facebook group, but so the interesting piece here for me is the Russian kid, right? I'm just gonna say it that way. The Russian kid has a pretty good ceiling. Is kind of underperformed there with the Wild. I mean, he's young. I don't really like saying underperform with a young guy, but there's some potential there for him to be something. And considering Justin Brazeau was a ECHLer that the Bruins transformed into an NHL guy, I think this is a fantastic return. You know, am I saying Marat is going to be a guy that's a 50-goal scorer in this league? Probably not, but you know, you get a prospect, you get Jakub Lauko back, who, while yes, he probably. You want more there offensively from him at times, but I appreciate his hustle, and you get a 6th-round pick. And considering, like, this is a guy you picked up for free. And, like, my thing is with Justin Brazeau, I'll just say this, and, I love the story, but I feel like I'm faster on skates than Brazeau. He lags behind the play quite a bit. I'm out of shape, just got a hip surgery done a couple years ago, right? Completely out of shape. I feel like I could out-hustle Brazeau at times. He's just very slow. Now, he has his good attributes. He's very good in front of the net, very soft hands. That's why he was so lethal. It was at North Bay Battalion when he played in juniors because nobody can move him, and he had good finishing. And you could kind of see those glimpses, but because of his lack of speed, it just you have to put him in the right situation with like a heavier team. I talked to Sean. We did a show on this channel a day ago, and I think I agreed with him. Like a team like Florida or like a bigger team that's a little bit slower, doesn't really rely on the quick transition. Probably somewhere he could really flourish. But I think for this return is really, really, really good. Yeah, I mean exactly. I'm in the shape of a pear, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's I'm not in shape. I am a shape. But
you are the king.
What did you think of the move of Brazeau being dealt and what they acquired back?
I thought it was interesting when I first saw it.
Excuse me.
And I kind of had to do a little deeper dive because, I do watch your team quite a bit just due to the fact that girlfriend's a Bruins fan.
Right.
And
great taste.
Yeah. Well, I have my moments. But at first I wasn't really 100% sure. And then I kind of took a deeper dive and I was like, yeah. Once I kind of, just looked at all the numbers and whatnot, I think you guys definitely got a better end of this deal.
I do too. And it kind of deads that narrative to me. So people like to say that Don Sweeney's the worst general manager of all time and yada, 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 yada. Like, this guy, Don Sweeney, makes good trades. You can talk about the draft picks, and even that I think is overblown at times because we're still talking about the 2015 NHL draft that happened a ago. But I'm sorry, it's a dead entire take. It's a casual take. When you look into what Sweeney has done, the guy has built very good teams and helped the Bruins stay in contention to win cups, right? I mean, for fuck's sake, when the Bruins lost pieces, even the last couple of years, they remained towards the top end of the Atlantic, which nobody expected them to be, right? So to me, Don Sweeney, again, has another nice trade here. And again, like Sean puts, outstanding. An ECHL guy that's valued at a 4th-round pick. That's impressive. That's what you were able to get. And this is a guy that kind of went a couple different organizations. Bruins get him pretty much off the streets, and then you're able to trade assets for him and prospects and an NHL level player back. That's a fantastic value.
Yeah.
So
I think Sweeney gets shit on because, everybody they want the blockbuster move.
But he's done that though. Like
Yeah.
that's
Well,
that's
he
the problem.
has.
Like
And he
he's done,
has.
he's done that with Iginla. He did that with
Mhm.
Rick Nash. Just a quick correction: Peter Chiarelli made the Iginla trade, but Don Sweeney also made another addition of getting Taylor Hall. But I do have to note I was incorrect on Iginla. I was just going off the top of my head. He's done
Yeah.
that multiple times. I mean, even when we got Hampus, like there's so many different moves Sweeney has
Yeah.
made, and people are just so.
Biased.
They're so recency biased. It drives me insane.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Rant on, brother.
It's just it's such a stupid take I see by so many brain dead morons that like I don't care at this point.
Are you channeling your inner me?
Dude, I can't stand it. Like, oh, Don Sweeney's terrible. I'm like, listen, is he the best GM in the league? Probably not, right? I think Zito with Florida, what he's been able to do, I think he's the best general manager in the league. But to just sit here and say, I mean, do we not remember what was it, Harry Sinden that was here before? Like Peter Chiarelli, when he, like they won a cup with Chiarelli. Don't get me wrong, but like let's kind of think back. Chiarelli kind of Bruins in a lot of different contracts, and I don't know. Just sorry, it's a rant. It's a rant.
No, you're good.
But it's I can't. God, it just makes me want to chomp on a cyanide pill. Anyways, but genuinely, go back to you. What are your thoughts overall? Pretty decent deal there?
I thought it was a solid deal. I think you guys got the better value of it.
Yeah.
But what left me thinking one thing is why? I mean, the Minnesota Wild, just why?
I think there's something there.
Right?
I think Lauko probably just wasn't working out there with the Wild, and I like Lauko's hustle. He's a good fourth line guy in my opinion. So I'm kind of glad to see him back. And then I think with the prospect, it wasn't working out, and I think a change of scenery was needed. I think they like Brazeau's bigger physical frame, and I think again, you put him with the right line combination. Mm-hmm. Brazeau maybe scores like a 20-point type season, right? Like he's a effective player. I'm not saying he's not effective. I think for what the Bruins are trying to do, they're trying to look at other prospects and try to look at youth and try to put a little bit more speed into the lineup. He just doesn't fit with what the Bruins are trying to create now.